Hey, how you doing everybody? My name is Cherryboy and welcome to the Language of Love, and a brand new visual novel that just came out and I'm super hyped to play it! Now let's get right into it. Here we go, start! Ready, yeah. Whoa, the sky! I sometimes wonder if other 23-year-olds feel quite as old as I do. I'm only 23, I try to reassure myself. I still have my whole life ahead of me! I moved out of my tiny village and I've gone to study in a city near Tokyo so I can get into a good university. Alright. I'm going to pass my university entrance exams, I'm going to work hard, and then, when I finally put my education behind me, I'm going to get a good career. I'll achieve things with my life, even if it kills me! I just want to succeed. I just want to succeed. I have a lot to look forward to, and I've barely taken my first steps into adulthood. There's no time to get depressed now. Alright, but no matter what I tell myself, it never sticks. Sometimes these words help me get to sleep at night. But they seem particularly hollow and empty when I'm at cram school, surrounded by students almost 5 years younger than me. I really am getting old. I'm old compared to my peers, at least. I think I might be the oldest in my class. The others are all 18, with a handful of 19-year-olds sprinkled here and there. Even my teacher, Miss Sonizaki, looks to be around 25 or 26. Oh my god, I'm so old! Now that's a grim thought. I must be closer in age to my teacher than I am to my classmates. Not that they really feel like my classmates. Cram school doesn't feel like real school either. It's a place where failures and dropouts go so they can relearn all the things they should have learned back in high school. We don't cover any new material, we just rehash everything we were taught in the past. Over and over again on a loop. It feels like I'm going around in circles, swallowing my own tail with each step, like an Ouroboros. I've only been in the city for around a week, and I'm already exhausted. Paradoxically, my days here are less packed than they were when I lived down the countryside. Other than cram school, my days are almost depressingly empty. I get up in the mornings, brush my teeth, put on my clothes. I catch the train to cram school, then I sit at the desk for hours reading textbooks and answering the teacher's question. We have a lot of practice exam papers to work through, so there's always something to study for, though the exams themselves are 8 months away. When I'm done with school, I take the train back home, I while my time away until the night finally falls. I wait my time away? Yeah, I guess so. Then I wait my time away until the night finally falls. There are too many hours in the evenings, and I just don't know how to fill them. My classmates look like they lead fun, exciting lives. I bet that's why they failed the university entrance exams the first time around. I bet that's why they failed the university entrance exams the first time around. They're too busy going to bars, karaoke parlors, or the arcades. But nobody's invited me to a bar, or a karaoke parlor, or an arcade. I'm too old. Poor me. I'm too old. Perhaps I could have had a painless time if I told a few white lies when Miss Sonizaki asked us to introduce ourselves. Perhaps I could have had a painless time if I told a few white lies when Miss Sonizaki asked us to introduce ourselves during our first day of school, but I didn't. For some ungodly reason, I was seized by a sudden need to tell the truth, and I confessed my real age to my classmates. I wanted them to know, right off the bat, that my name is Tanumi Mitsuki. Yeah, like the actress, but it's not written the same way. And I'm 23 years old. I might be a bit older than the rest of you. Try a lot, but I hope we can get. I might be a bit older than the rest of you. Try a lot, but I hope we can all get along in the future. Star, yeah, star. As if. I think I could have made a few friends if I kept my shameful secret under wraps. I mean, it's not like I look much older than everyone else, but it's too late now. The cat's already out of the bag. My classmates don't want to associate with me. They don't even want to look at me. I can't say I blame them either. I'm only 23 and I feel positively ancient. Though I'm closer to 20 than 30, and the world should be my oyster. However, it's not. How can the world be my oyster? How can the world be my oyster, I ask? When I've never had an opportunity to cast out my net! Now I'm afraid I'll never get the chance. Poor me. Poor Mitsuki, Tanimori, whatever my name is. I'm only 23. Just 23. Already 23. Isn't that old enough already? But my protests are all in vain, and time continues to tick away. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. I sigh as I walk down the street, my hands firmly planted inside my pockets. Today was yet another day at cram school, and it was just as dull and uneventful as the last. I might be living in the heart of Japan now, but I feel even lonelier than I did back in Aomori. At least back in the sticks, I still had my parents and my grandmother and a few assorted aunts and uncles I could talk to. I had friends too, until they flew the coop. Still, even after they cleared off, I wasn't entirely on my own. I knew everyone who stopped by my family's old-fashioned candy store, and people used to talk to me as I counted out their change. Perhaps... People weren't above smiling and laughing and telling jokes in Aomori. People weren't above smiling and laughing and telling jokes in Aomori, even with a loser like me. It's different now. I knew the city would be different, of course, but I'd always imagined in my naivety, or maybe you could call it optimism, that it would be different in a positive way. I never believed in my wildest dreams that I'd feel so isolated while living on the fringe of the biggest city in the world. Life's full of surprises. Sadly, they're not always pleasant surprises. My footsteps fall against the dull gray pavement. Fall against the dull gray pavement with a My footsteps fall against the dull gray pavement with a gray pavement. My footsteps fall against the dull gray pavement with a series of dull gray thuds. Dud, dud, dud. Everything's dull and gray in the rundown part of Kawasaki I call home. Rundown part of Kawasaki I call home. The high-rise buildings, which don't rise quite as high as those 20 minutes down the Tokaido line, the high-rise buildings, which don't rise quite as high as those 20 minutes down the Tokaido line, the sidewalk, which is fringed by the curb and lined with street lamps, even the sky, which looks grim and dark and downcast, is utterly miserable. I wonder if it's going to rain. I wonder if it's going to rain. I sure hope not. I should hurry. I passed the gates of a small playground, driven by the single-minded desire to get inside before the heavens unleashed their load on my unsuspecting head, when... Not here. It's not here either. Now what could that be? Where is it? Where did it go? I can't see the speaker, but the voice sounds breathy and high-pitched. Their frantic words are choked with tears, and it's obvious they're upset. Oh, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say that voice belongs to a little kid. I mean, why else would they be in the playground? Okay, so it would be more like Not here. It's not here either. Where is it? Where did it go? There we go. I wonder what happened. I opened the low metal gate, which parts with a creak, and glance around. The playground is fairly nondescript. It's fairly nondescript, much like everything else around these parts. I can see a few swings and slides, but they're rusty with age, just like the gate. It's all very typical, standard, uninteresting. Well, what else would there be here? A portal to another dimension? And what's there be? Oh! There is, however, a young girl. Oh, little girl, what's wrong? The girl is crouched on the ground by the swings. Her hair is short and dark, and her eyes are filled with tears. No, little girl! I don't make a habit of talking to young kids, but something about her looks vaguely familiar. I wonder why. Is it my child? My spawn?
Mama told me not to go outside. I should have listened, but...
She hiccups. Her shoulders tremble. It looks like she's crying. Is there anything I can do to help? Excuse me?
Oh!
The little girl jumps at my introduction. Timid though it is, she must have been sobbing so much she didn't hear the gate creaking or my approaching footsteps. Sniffling frantically, she's trying to suck her snot back into her nostrils. She's trying to suck her snot back up into her nostrils. She lifts her head and wipes her red eyes with the back of her arm.
Do I know you?
Gee, I don't know. Do you? The girl frowns. She looks confused. I guess that wasn't the nicest greeting in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Is something wrong? That's it. Is something wrong?
Yeah, something bad happened.
Bad? Bad? I crouched down beside the girl, bringing our faces level. Like what exactly?
It's all my fault. You won't tell my mama, will you?
That depends on what your problem is. Will you tell me what's wrong, please? I can't help if I don't know. I can't help you if I don't know.
You'll help me? You'll help me?
I'd like to, if you'd let me.
Well, the thing is, I kinda lost the key to my house.
Your key? Your key? Your key?
I can't get back in without it.
And where do you live exactly?
Over there.
Yep. The girl points to the nearby apartment complex. Whoa, looks kind of far away. Now I understand. That must be why this girl looks so familiar. She lives in the same building I do. I must have seen her in passing before, but her face never registered in my mind. Well, I doubt I'll forget her after all this. Indeed. So were you home by... So were you at home... So, were you at home by yourself?
That's right. Mama left to go to the store. She told me to stay inside, but she was gone for a long time. I got hungry, so I used the spare key and went to the convenience store.
And then you dropped your key? Do you know when your mother will be back? The girl shakes her head forlornly. How long has she been gone?
I don't know. I think she left around 4.
So it's been over an hour then. That really is a long time to leave such a little girl at home on her own. Indeed, that really is a long time to leave such a little girl at home on her own. What about your dad?
Don't have one.
Oh, well, my deepest apologies. Talk about awkward, indeed. I'm sorry.
Well, why are you sorry? It's not your fault.
I guess you're right. And how long have you been looking for your key?
I don't know. Forever. I don't know. Forever.
The little girl looks at me earnestly, her eyes wide, in a manner that suggests it really might have been forever. But knowing how kids are, I decided to err on the side of caution. Translated from a child's parlance, forever equates to about 10 minutes, maybe less. That does sound like a predicament. I'll tell you what. Would you like me to help you search for your key?
You would?
I can't promise I'll find it, but I'll do my best. We should be careful though. It looks like it's gonna rain soon.
Right. Then we should start looking. Mama always says 2 heads are better than... Right. Then we should start looking. Mama always says 2 heads are better than one.
Indeed they are. The girl claps her hands together with a newfound determination. Yes! Her eyes are still red and puffy, but at least she stopped crying. Do I deserve some kind of trophy? Achievement unlocked.
So, mister?
Yes? What is it?
I was wondering, what's your name?
It's Mitsuki.
Mitsuki. That's a pretty name.
I'm glad you think so. At least this girl won't make wisecracks about the actress Tanemuri Mitsuki. Probably because she's never heard of her. And what's your name?
I'm Tama. It's nice to meet you. I'm Tama. It's nice to meet you.
Introductions are cool. Alright. Hello there, Tama. Tama, is it? I guess you have a pretty name too.
Really?
Sure. It's nice to meet you, Tama.
It's nice to meet you too, Mitsuki.
Alright.
Hey.
Tama tugs at my arm. Tama tugs at my arm, her eyes large and imploring.
Now I know your name and you know mine. Does that make us friends?
Friends, huh? It's our 23-year-old friends with it. Okay. Tama's a bit too young to be my friend, but it's not like I have droves of people hammering at my door begging for my attention. Depressing though it is, Tama's the first person I've met this week who seems interested in forming any kind of relationship with me. I guess at this point, I should take whatever scraps of kindness I can get. Indeed. Sure, I'll be your friend.
Yay! Thanks, Mitsuki.
Tama beams brightly, her woe over her missing key all but forgotten, and I return her smile without thinking. There's a lot of people around Tokyo. I see them crammed on the trains during my morning commute and striding through the streets as I wend my weary way back home. For some reason, though, they never look very happy. There isn't enough happiness in the world. I'm glad that if only for a few seconds, I was able to brighten this young girl's day. All it took was a few words. Man, I wish I was a kid again. Oh, don't we all? Alright, cool! Yes, very nice! Alright, awesome. It's not here either. Oh no. I sigh and straighten up, wiping my hands on my pants. Are you sure you dropped your key in the playground, Tama?
That's right. At least I think I did. I don't know. One second I had it, and the next it was gone.
And when was the last time you saw your key? Tama's brow creases. She shifts from foot to foot, her little fingers clenched at the front. Is she trying to remember through sheer force of will? Of course! Power of the willpower! I guess that's kind of admirable in a way. But I don't want her to overexert yourself. Yeah, calm down.
I don't know when I last had it. I locked the front door like Mama taught me, and I put the key in my pocket, but then... I don't know anything else.
I see. If Tama doesn't remember the last time she saw her key, there's a chance she might have dropped it. The chance she might have dropped it in the playground after all. It could have fallen out of a hole in her pocket when she walked to the convenience store, or while she was examining the cute and colorful snacks lined up on the shelves inside. We've been searching the playground, leaving no pebble unturned for the last half hour or so, but we haven't made any progress. Tama's key continues to elude us no matter how hard we search. My knees and my palms are dirty from kneeling on the ground, and the sky looks grayer and steelier than ever before. It's a plainly unwelcoming sky, thick with heavy clouds, which says in no uncertain terms, leave. A cold wind runs through the small playground. The rusted swing set creaks ominously, and the roundabout turns a few degrees with the dull screech of a medieval torture instrument. Oh, spooky. I shiver and adjust the strap of my messenger bag over my shoulder. Shiver. Sorry, man. I had a breath. This isn't looking so good.
Oh no. Am I never gonna find my key, Mitsuki? Am I gonna be stuck in this playground forever?
Oh no.
What if my mama never comes home? I don't want to stay outside of the playground all night. It's cold here, and I'm scared. I want to go home. I miss my mama.
Tears trickle from Tama's matted eyelashes, but trickle is perhaps too delicate of a word to describe this full-blown fit. Her face is turning red, and round tears the size of 100 yen coins drip down her cheeks. Oh, the pain! Hey, Tama? I look at the sobbing girl, her tiny body hunched in on itself with trepidation. I want to comfort her, but I don't know what to do. We're still virtual strangers, and I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I shiver. Just take her back home and just leave her there, I guess? I mean, like, to her home. Not ours. Overhead, the sky darkens. The clouds look thicker than ever. Any second now, it's going to... Oh, it's raining! Oh, cool! It's actually raining! Looks like it started to rain. Tama sniffles and wraps her arms around her middle.
It's cold. My clothes are gonna get wet. I don't like the rain.
I don't think anybody likes the rain, unless you're like a tree. Unless you're like a tree, or maybe a lazy, apathetic teenager who really doesn't want to take part in their school's annual sports festival. Was that me? I've been there myself. I used to pray for the rain before those big sports events. I used to pray for the rain before those big sports events every year. It was kind of like a tradition. Though I lived in the countryside during my formative years, I've never been big on athletics. Not because of my build, or maybe my constitution. Speaking of which, if I leave Tama in the rain for too long, her constitution is going to take a severe Her constitution is going to take a severe battering. She's only a little kid. And kids catch colds more easily than adults. More easily than adults. Sorry, man. More easily than adults. Yeah, more easily than adults. I don't want her getting sick. It'll probably keep raining for a while. I guess we're gonna have to stop looking for your key. We can't keep it up in this weather.
Does that mean you're gonna leave me out here? I thought we were friends.
CG! That's a good one. Oh, Tama.
I thought we were friends.
Of course I'm not going to abandon you, silly. I'm not that heartless. Why don't you come and wait in my apartment for a bit? You can stay with me until the rain lets up. Or until your mother comes back. Oh yeah, right. We live in the same apartment complex. Right, I forgot. Sorry. What do you think?
Is that really okay?
Of course it's okay. It's totally fine. What about it? Do you want to come over?
If it's alright, then I'd like that. If it's alright, then I'd like that.
Alright, cool. Dramatic music. Yeah.
My mama told me not to go running off with strangers, but you're not a stranger. You're my friend.
Sorry.
My mama told me not to go running off with strangers, but you're not a stranger. You're my friend. You're my friend. Thank you, Mitsuki.
Alright, cool, fam.
Hey, Mitsuki, you're hurting me.
I know that.
Then why don't you be more careful, you big dummy?
Alright, there we go. Alright, so now she's more into it.
Hey, Mitsuki, you're hurting me.
I know that.
Then why don't you be more careful, you big dummy?
I recall the words my mother told me once years ago when I was Tama's age, and I was squirming in her lap just as much as Tama's in mine. It's supposed to hurt. My 6-year-old self was angry at my mother for issuing such a matter-of-fact response, and it looks like Tama was no different. So she's 6 years old. Tama was crying in the park only 10 minutes ago, lamenting her sad fate, but she's recovered considerably after her escape from the elements, indeed. Now thoroughly re-energized, Tama squirms and kicks and very nearly bashes my nose with her flailing elbow. CG! Yeah.
Why'd you want to hurt me? You're mean! I thought we were friends!
It's because we're friends that I'm fussing over you. It's because we're friends that I'm fussing over you like this. Good gracious. Now hold still. I'll never be able to clean you up like this. That's me just drying your head, I guess.
But I don't want to be clean. I'd like being dirty.
Well, too bad. We can't always have what we want in life. You should be old enough to know that by now. Alright, cool. CG. That's a CG. CG! We just left it on the thing. CG! Thank you, game. CG! And we good. Scrub-a-Tama's here with a plain white towel fished from... Scrub-a-Tama's here with a plain white towel fished from the bathroom. Tama's here isn't all that wet. We weren't foolish enough to linger outside in the rain for too long, but I don't want to take any chances. My apartment isn't new, per se. I bet this old ramshack building is even more ancient than I am. But it's new to me, and I don't want to get water all over the tatami floor. Oh, I thought it was for her, not to get sick. Not that it would matter that much, I guess. The tatami is already stained and discolored from the previous inhabitants. So are the walls and the ceiling. Oh my god, I live in a slump.
Mitsuki!
Since I don't have a cat, I had to sit Tama down in my lap. Her behind is bonier than I imagined, and she isn't a very comfortable burden to bear. She isn't heavy, which is a plus, but she keeps wriggling like a fish, which makes it hard to keep a hold on her. Just wriggling all around. How long have we been at this? 24 minutes, alright, cool.
You're a bully!
That's right.
Don't agree with me!
But it's true.
You're the worst!
I know. I'll prove it too. I attack Tama's head with more intensity than before. I massage her scalp with a white towel while she shrieks and kicks her feet and tries to squirm her way off my lap. I've got to say, this is a pretty uncomfortable arrangement. Man, I wish I had a couch. This apartment came more or less unfurnished, and I haven't gotten around to decorating just yet. I did buy a cheap boxy TV from a nearby pawn shop, but that's more because I felt sorry for the elderly store owner than because I actually wanted it. I felt sorry for the elderly store. But but that's more because I felt sorry for the elderly store owner than because I actually wanted it. Yeah, it's not a good TV. What can you expect for 2,000 yen? But it gets the job done. But it gets the job done. It stops me feeling. it stops me feeling too. Sorry about that. My God, I'm so sorry for this new game and I messed it up. I'm so sorry. It stops me feeling too lonely in the evening. It stops me feeling too lonely in the evenings. Excluding the TV. Excluding the TV. However, this room is more or less empty. There are no couches, no bookshelves, no pictures on the walls. I should probably spruce this place up. But what's the point? It's not like I get any visitors. Other than Tama, of course.
Why are you being so mean?
I don't want you catching a cold, or roaming around my room like a damp dog, dripping water everywhere.
But I like dogs!
I like dogs too. But what does that have to do with anything?
You're the one who brought them up!
It was just a similine. Similine? I never heard that word before. It was just a similine, or similine? Simile? I never heard that word before. Simile? Ah, well. It was just a simile, whatever.
Simile?
A simile is when you liken something to something. A simile is when you liken something. Sorry. A simile is when you liken something to something. I look at the top of Tama's tousled head. Sorry. I look at the top of Tama's tousled head, her choppy hair sticking up in all directions like a bird's nest, and sigh. You know what? Never mind. There's no point lecturing Tama about the finer points of. Sorry. There's no point lecturing Tama about the finer points of linguistics. I'm not her teacher. Now, can you try and behave yourself? If you just sat patiently like a nice girl, this wouldn't have taken so long.
But you're pulling on my hair!
Well, sorry, princess. I'm not used to looking after little girls. In case you hadn't noticed, my hair is shorter than yours. It literally is.
You're even meaner than Mama. She pulls my hair a lot when she brushes it, but you're 10 billion times worse!
I haven't had any practice.
Then you shouldn't put your hands on my head!
I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm trying to keep you dry. And my apartment too. It's not
like it even matters. Your apartment is ugly anyway.
Oh, it is it?
Yep.
My left eye twitches. My right eye. Tama's only speaking the truth, harsh though it is. Little kids are like that. They haven't learned about flattery, so they're saying whatever's on their mind, no matter how biting. Ah, yes. I shouldn't be annoyed at her, but this is my home she's talking smack about. Oh, I don't think so, girl! I can't snap. It's not a nice home, I'll admit it, but it's my home all the same. Then what's your apartment like, huh? I can't imagine it's much different to mine.
It is different. Our apartment is small, but Mama made it look pretty. There are pictures on the walls and shelves and lots of cats.
Cat? Cats? I thought our landlord didn't allow pets.
We have a calendar on the walls with cat photos, and Mama lets me turn each page at the start of every month.
I see. Well, your apartment does sound a lot nicer than mine.
You see?
But that doesn't mean I'm going to let you mess my place up. That's not being a brat. This will be over before you know it.
What? Mitsuki! I thought you were my friend!
Tama's uncooperative wails fill the room. I'm a little worried the neighbors will overhear and file some kind of complaint. I'm a little worried the neighbors will overhear and file some kind of complaint. I don't want my neighbors to hate me. I guess I'd better finish drying Tama's hair. Pronto, come on, boy. My deepest apologies, fam. I guess I'd better finish drying Tama's hair pronto. Indeed. Her hair is pretty short, but it's quite thick, and it takes a while to clean. To make matters worse, she absolutely refuses to sit still. She absolutely refuses to sit still. I hope I can finish this chore soon, for both our sakes. I'm not sure which of us is going to snap first. Oh yeah, totally true that. All right. Okay. Hey, Tama? Hey, Tama? Are you still mad at me? There. Hey, Tama? Are you still mad at me? Tama turns her back to me, eyes narrowed. Little brat is busy staring at my small boxy TV, which I turn on to stop her whining. I thought it was a pretty ingenious plan, but it might have been a little too effective. Tama's so glued to the TV she hasn't glanced at me, let alone spoken to me, for the last 5 minutes. For the last 5 minutes, that TV show, whatever it is, must be really engrossing. Either that, or she hates me so much that she can't stand to be in the same room. Jeez. Either that, or she hates me so much she can't stand to be in the same room as me. So much for being friends. Poor me. Tama, what are you watching? Tama snorts again, but she doesn't reply. Well, it's not like I care. I was just trying to be nice. At least Tama's hair is dry now, if a bit messy. Unfortunately, her clothes are still kinda damp. Her shirt clings to her, and the knees of her denim pants are all muddy. I could have run a bath for the little madam and put her dirty clothes in the wash. Sorry, that went. I could have run a bath for the little madam and put her dirty clothes in the washing machine, but drying her hair was enough of a chore. She never deigned to wear one of my old shirts now, especially as she seemed to be. Especially as she never deigned to wear one of my old shirts now, especially as she seems to regard me as her mortal enemy. Friendship can be such a fickle thing. Tama, are you sure you don't want to talk? Tama doesn't reply, not with words at least. Instead, she turns her head and sticks out her tongue. Jeez, I hope I wasn't this annoying when I was young. No response. Hey, you should be grateful, you know. I'm trying to look out. Sorry. You should be grateful, you know. I'm trying to look out for you. This, at least, is enough to unstick Tama's tongue. She faces me, smirking wickedly, and says, what did she say?
I think you're the one who needs somebody to look out for you.
What was that?
Your room is so small and dirty, it's gross, and so are you. I thought you were nice, but you're a rotten bully just like Keiichi.
I don't know who Keiichi is, but I know enough to realize I don't know who Keiichi is, but I know enough to realize this isn't a compliment. Oh, cut it out. I did you a favor. The least you could do was thank me.
Thanks, you're so nice, Mitsuki.
But Tama's voice is carefully flat, without any inflection at all. It's clear she doesn't mean it.
Thanks, you're so nice, Mitsuki. Thanks, you're so nice, Mitsuki.
Why you little? Oh, no. I grip my teeth together. I need to keep my cool. Maybe Tama's acting up because she's worried about her mother. Maybe Tama's acting up because she's worried about her mother. To be honest, I'm starting to worry about her mother too. Where is she? Do you think your mother will be? Sorry. Okay. Okay, gotta get my air. Hold on, I gotta get my air. Okay, let's go. Do you think your mother will be back soon, Tama?
Dunno.
Do you have any way to contact her?
Nope.
Does your mother go out without you quite often? Does your mother go out without you quite often? Sorry, one more time. Does your mother go out without you quite often? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well then, I guess we might be waiting for a while.
Maybe.
I say.
Maybe.
I sigh. Just what kind of person is Tama's mother anyway? What possessed her to abandon her young daughter? Judging by Tama's responses, it doesn't seem to be a one-off. It must happen on a semi-regular basis. Tama might be a brat, but arguing with her won't get me anywhere. It'll just make the pair of us unhappy. This situation is depressing enough as it is, but with all the rain falling outside my window. Maybe I should do something to cheer us up. Yeah. Hey Tama, I was wondering, you're not hungry, are you? CJ! So good. CJ? I don't know. Yeah. Tama tries to feign indifference. We are mortal enemies after all, but her intrigue is blatantly obvious. How cute.
I might be a little bit hungry, maybe.
So that's a yes?
Yeah. 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 I was waiting for Mom to come home and make dinner, but she never did. I only bought some bread at the convenience store. I didn't want to ruin my appetite.
Sorry.
I only bought some bread at the convenience store. I didn't want to ruin my appetite.
Oh, poor Tama.
Mama spends a lot of time cooking.
Sorry.
Mama spends a lot of time cooking, so I try to eat the food she makes. But I don't really like green peppers.
Tama whispers the phrase green peppers as though it's some kind of voodoo curse. Do you eat the green peppers? Sorry. Do you eat the green peppers your mom? Sorry. Do you eat the green peppers your mama makes, Tama?
Sometimes. Green peppers are gross, but Mama says they're good for me, so I try. Sorry. So I try. It doesn't always work though. Maybe that's why Tama.
Sorry. Let me hear that. Sorry.
It doesn't always work though. Maybe that's why Mama hasn't come back home. It's because I spit on my green peppers and hide them when she isn't looking. She must have known I've been a bad girl. This might be a punishment.
Hey, don't be silly, Tama.
I'm silly?
Yeah, you're not a bad girl. There's no way. Well, she was being quite badly behaved when I dried her hair. But I might be partially to blame. For that. I should have been gentler. Spitting your food out is quite naughty, but I can understand your feelings. I don't like green peppers much either.
You don't?
Nah, they're so bitter. My mom told me I'd learn to like them when I became an adult, but I'm an adult now. In the legal sense at least. And I still can't stand them.
My mama's the same. She says all adults eat green peppers without complaining.
Well, I don't.
I see. So my mama was lying?
I don't think she was lying. She was just...
Does that mean you're not a real adult, Mitsuki?
I do wonder about that sometimes.
For an adult, you're not very tall.
I get fed a lot.
So how about the food?
So how about the food? I can make you something if you like. I might not look it, but I'm a pretty decent cook.
I don't know. Mama told me she wouldn't be out too long, and I always eat dinner with her.
I know that, but your mom isn't back yet, is she? Sorry. After drying her hair, I asked her reticent. Sorry, nose. Whew, boy, so much plot going on. Alright. After drying her hair, I asked a reticent Tama to take me to blah 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 blah. After drying her hair, I asked a reticent Tama to take me to her own apartment. Sorry. After drying her hair, I asked a reticent Tama to take me to her own apartment. The lights were off, and though I knocked on the door, I didn't receive any reply. Sorry. In the end, I slid a note beneath the door with my apartment number written. Sorry, ma'am. I'm getting tongue-tied now. This happens all the time. Deepest apologies. Okay. In the end, I slid a note beneath the door with my apartment number written on it. My reasoning was, let's be positive here. When Tama's mother returns, she'll be able to find her daughter again with these. I still haven't seen any sign of her though yet. I wonder what's going on.
I guess you're right. Mama goes out on her own sometimes, but she usually comes back after a few minutes.
Tama glances at the clock hanging on my wall. It's past 7 already, and the sun outside is starting to set.
I'm worried about her.
Oh, the poor thing. Oh, the poor thing. As the adult here, I need to try and cheer her up. It's my job, my duty, my responsibility. Yes. Maybe this will take her mind off her mother. Maybe this will take her mind off her mother, if nothing else. All right. I roll up my sleeves and get to my feet. All right, yeah, okay. My sleeves, yep, okay. Get to sleep. Get up to my feet. I'm ready to go. Yes, I am ready to go, man. Yes, I am ready. I am ready to go. Alrighty then. I'm going to start making dinner.
Huh? You're really gonna cook for me?
That's right. I'll whip up something delicious, and there won't be any green peppers in it. Sorry. And there won't be any green peppers in it either. I promise. I promise. I promise.
I don't know. I should wait for Mama to come back, but well, I can try your food, Mitsuki, if it isn't too icky. Sorry. I can try your food. I can try your food, Mitsuki, if it isn't too icky.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I guess I'll have to do my very best. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. Guess I'll have to do my very best. Guess I'll have to do my very best. Sorry, man. Guess I'll have to do my very best. Sorry. Guess I'll have to do my very best. Alright. Now. Sorry, man. Now, what do you think about a nice warm plate of Now, what do you think about a nice warm plate of omelet rice? Omelet rice.
Omelet rice!
Do you like omelet rice, Tama?
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites.
Ha! I knew it. Ha! Sorry. Ha! I knew it. Ha! I knew it. The little kid doesn't love omelet rice, and I want omelet rice now. I think I've hit onto a winning idea. Oh yeah, hit the jackpot. I just hope Tama's mother comes back soon. There's only so much I can do to keep Tama entertained, and omelet rice won't be enough to fix all our problems. Where is Tama's mother anyway? Indeed. What happens next? By the time I finish making Tama's food, the sun is set and the stars have come out to play. I flick on the light, then take a seat by Tama's side at the low table in my living/dining room. Oh man, so still not here? Alright, that's all the time we got for this, everybody. So I'm gonna cut it off here now because, well, I thought we were gonna meet the mother pretty soon, but I guess not, so Tama took up this whole episode. But anyway, this has been The Language of Love, everybody. What do you guys think of this new visual novel? I'm really feeling it. The art looks really good, and I like this storyline going so far, you know? It's gonna be really good, fam. I really look forward to it. And, yes. I apologize for stumbling over my words so many times, fam. I apologize for that. And my throat and stuff, and my voice might have sounded weird. Sorry about that again, fam. I'm sorry. I really wanted this to be good, but I ended up messing up. I guess I was nervous to try and get it as good as possible. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize again for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think of this game? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And Language of Love, yes, I enjoyed it very much so. Alright, anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please like below. And if there's anything you'd like to play, or if there's anything you'd like to play, or just want to talk, please comment down below as well. And if you like this one, like some more, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bells. That'd be epically appreciated of you guys. And as always, my name is Cherryboy, and my goal in life to make you guys smile. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! See ya! Yes, and Tama! She's such a good girl! She's funny, she's hilarious. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! See ya! Oh, yeah. Tama. Headbats for Tama. Always give headbats to Tama. Headbats. Yes, headbats for Tama. Yes, yeah. Oh, also, I really like the music in this game. It's really good. I like it. I like the music in all the games that I've made. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Yeah, bye. See you. Yeah, for real. Yeah.